Alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. We continue uh, our uh, our discussion just now. Um, we are in Surah Maryam, Surah 19. We are in verse 51. 51. Alhamdulillah, we covered three stories of prophets. The story of Zakaria alayhi salam and his son Yahya alayhi salam. And the story was about this yaqeen in dua, that you should never give up on Allah, because Allah will never give up on you. As long as you don't give up on Allah, Allah will never give up on you. So everything depends on us. Remember that. If you give up on Allah and lose hope, He will give up on you. But Zakaria didn't give up hope. When he saw that Maryam was given fruits of different seasons and she's not even a prophet, he asked Allah the impossible, and Allah gave him what is not impossible to Allah. What seems for us impossible. By the way, sisters and brothers, here I remember a beautiful story. You know, most of the things we cannot do, it's because we think we cannot do. You know, perception. This is why Islam always goes to the perception, the worldview, what the philosophers call the paradigm. How you see things. If you see the world beautiful, then the world is going to be beautiful. If you see life good, then life is going to be good to you. If you see that there is hope, if you stay positive, then you will win over all your challenges. But if your mind is negative, if you are deep inside defeated, or if you say to yourself, I cannot do it, then you will not do it. Here is a nice story. One of the students at the university slept while the teacher was talking. It was mathematics class. So he slept. When he woke up, it was because his friends, his colleagues, were leaving the classroom because the teacher has completed the class. It was a university classroom, huge, so the professor cannot see everybody. So he took a nap, and when he got up because his friends were making noise to leave the class. So he saw something written on the board. He went and he wrote everything that was written, feeling guilty that how can he sleep in class. So he thought that was what we call the homework. So he went to the library and started working extremely hard on those two, what we call questions. He thought those two questions were his homework. So he worked so hard. He found the solution for one, but he didn't find the solution for the second one. So a few days when the class resumed, he went to the professor and told him, Professor, I did my homework. Here it is. The professor said, which homework you did? I didn't give any homework. He said, the two questions, and I have found solution for one of them. The teacher said, impossible. He said, why impossible, sir? He said, because those two questions, no one in the world will answer them. This is where I just gave an example last class to all the students, including you. The professor is talking that these two questions, no one in this world can solve them. And you are telling me you solved them? You solved one of them? He said, yeah, here it is. So there were 4 pages. When the professor reviewed that with other professors, they found, yes, the student was right. And up to today, these 4 pages are kept in the handwriting of that student, and it's named after him. Why did he do it? because he didn't hear the word, no one can do it. When the professor said no one can do it, that boy was asleep. That student was asleep. So he didn't hear the negative word. That's why you should not say negative things in front of your kids. Otherwise, you paralyze them, you demoralize them. And this is exactly what the Muslim Ummah is hearing every day. You cannot do this, you cannot do this, you cannot do this. Until we accepted that we cannot do. You cannot, many things. I don't need to give you examples. I want to leave this example as abstract as possible for you to put it everywhere. In economy, in politics, in military, in agriculture, in science, in technology. You cannot. Even as an ummah, let alone as an individual. No one can solve this problem. No one can do this. No one can help you. No one, until we accepted, like cancer. Most of us think cancer is incurable. It is curable. You have to believe that we can do it, inshallah. Now, coronavirus, we cannot fight. We can. And just to remind you, Obama won the first and the second periods of his presidency with that slogan, yes, we can. Although he's black, like impossible in America for a black to be president. And he was. So what we are learning from here is that be careful to say you cannot about things that Allah didn't say you cannot. Only Allah can say you cannot. But people, so that boy, that student in the university has solved what was perceived impossible, simply because when the teacher was saying these two questions in mathematics, no one can solve. He didn't hear negative things. So he went and did it. So most of our inability of doing things and performing is because we heard and we still hear that you cannot. Everything is no, negative in our lives. Must try. Yusuf alayhi salam was when he was tempted by the wife of his boss to commit zina with her, he ran towards closed doors. He didn't say, well, it's impossible for me to open up. He still tried. And then Allah sent her husband to open the door from outside. So you should always keep trying. Remember this. Don't give up. Don't give up in da'wah. Don't give up on your children who are misguided. Don't give up on your loved ones. Don't give up on a loved one who is suffering in your family, whether it's physical or emotional, or help them, stand by them until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives solution or until death comes. There is no other way for us.